Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We're going to be going into round 2 of the Siege 4v4 tournament in just a minute. I'm DM Brandon, and today I am actually joined by Hindu Man.
Yes, the two of us together. Never the two should really meet. I mean, I stole your job on EU, so I was surprised that. And now I'm
Um,
stealing Bart's job on NA. It's going okay. I've just got a couple more left to do, and
you could be a
job's done
thief.
then.
It's fine. We needed, like, a good thief, and you played
I
a
am
rogue,
from
right?
Manchester. Yeah, I used to play a rogue. I am from Manchester as well, and we're known for our thievery. Is true. Not as much as Scousers though, but yeah.
All right, excuse me for 1 second.
Hey, Diane, what's going on?
Okay. All right, sorry about that. So moving forward here, we have some pretty hype round 2 matchups. 5 Angry Men is going to be facing off against Beep Beep, I'm a Blimp, and the Game Changers are going to be fighting against a Mighty Størm, both in the round of 32, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, especially just so early on to see such good teams facing off. I mean, these two are quite high up in terms of how deep they get into the Conquest tournament. So seeing them in Siege, we're going to see some very similar things. So we should be a very, very close game between these two teams. And
I
in the
agree.
second round, this is crazy.
Yeah, so we're going to be checking in this time with the Mighty Størm and the Game Changers. Now, the Game Changers are not only one of the highest seeded North American teams with major wins across the Smite World Championships qualifiers, but they are very versed in all of their modes. They placed very highly in the arena tournament. They do very well in 3v3. And then, of course, they are featured by Snoopy, who I'm going to shout out again, is the first Masters player.
Yeah, that's a
In the
real
entire
achievement
world.
as well. It's a real achievement. Like it seems like we're bigging him up a lot, but to get to Masters is a grind. First of all, and you're gonna have some bad games. You're gonna have some terrible games where your
Wait,
morale drops. But
wait,
to
wait, wait,
stay
wait.
and keep
You
going,
can have bad games in ranked?
you
Never
have
knew.
bad games all the time. So I don't know
Never,
what you're talking about.
I never knew.
You don't have bad games, DM.
Rather, I don't not have
You don't
bad
get salty,
games.
DM.
I've never been mad in my life.
No, I've never seen it once on stream. I'd be surprised if you ever got angry or upset or salty.
I'm on Team Juice, not 5 Angry Men. We just sip delicious 100% juices and we talk about how wonderful everything is all the time.
So we're just sat here waiting at the moment, guys, for the two teams to get themselves to the game so we can bring you the action. At the moment, we're just going to stare at you for a few minutes and talk absolute rubbish as usual. Generally, that's what DM does for about 2.5 hours every night. Isn't that right, DM?
That was rude.
It's truthful, though, isn't it?
It's rude. Like we said, guys, round of 32 is stacked. Just taking a look at the brackets, of course, Cognitive is still in it. Return is still in it. They're actually facing off already. That's harsh. Happy Feet
Ooh,
still
yeah,
in
there
it.
he is.
Team Medi, which is TV, Soul Shiner, Cyclone Spin, and Skeledon. Definitely a fan favorite out there. They're still in it. They'll be facing off against Shadow Realm. We see Resist, Critosaurus. We have a lot of really big names. Torch still available. I mean, once we get down to like the top 8, the top 4, I'm really excited to see who's going to be able to make it through.
Yeah, I mean,
Most
DM, this is round of 32. There's still 32
Yeah, oh
teams
my
in this
God.
right now. That's crazy how many teams signed up. Big shout out to the whole of North America for signing up with so many teams this week. I guess with the extra, just that reduction of one player required to enter this tournament, making it a 4v4, has actually opened up a lot more teams as well, allowed more teams to compete because it's easy to find 3 friends than 4.
So it looks like
Hard.
Pecky's is actually on this roster, which I think adds a lot of value here, considering he is likely the best Nua player in the world. If not, he's definitely top 3, and Nua has an amazing strength in this game type. Her split push is out of control.
Yeah, she's one of the underrated ones in this, so we'll see if she gets banned out. Mighty Størm at the moment have banned out Scylla, and on the other side we can see the Game Changers have gone with the Afro ban, so nothing too surprising with those two, DM.
When are people going to play Chang'e, Hindu Man? Like, it's all I want.
Hell freeze is over. When Arachne's viable in Conquest, how about that?
So 8 months ago, I think, is what we decided on.
Yep, same time Jungle was good, I guess. So Hubwa also banned out by the Mighty Størm as well, and that's just going to leave the Game Changers for their last ban before Mighty Størm get first pick.
Oh.
Hercules still on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my client's not updated properly. Did Chunga just get banned out?
Yeah, Chang'e got banned out. So Kali going to be locked in first. This is my favorite game mode.
Oh, you're so excited. Chonga gets banned, Afro
Hercules.
gets banned. You're like, yeah, kind of. Carly gets picked. Hooray, Carly. I love Carly.
I'm excited. All right, so
I know
Hercules
you are. It should
and-
be interesting to see. But they give up Hercules.
Yeah,
you give up Hercules for Carly? It's a big one.
I would pick Kali, of course. I'm a big Kali player. But Kali and Osiris on the same team. What do you... I mean, that's, in my opinion, that's Midgardian Mail, that's Witchblade, that's Enfeebling Curse. Like, you got to shut that down.
That's if you get in melee range, you best pop your Aegis, so your Beads, and your Sprint, because you're going to need 3 actives to get out of that, that's for sure.
Yeah. Poseidon also locked in as well. A lot of damage coming through with the Kraken. That's going to force Aegis. Option over to Snoopy Man. I think this is where the Nuwa should be picked up. If they let it through, I think Nuwa is going to be banned.
I think you're right. They should probably go for the Nuwa here just to make sure they can get that one in. If they don't take it now, like you said, they will ban it away. And interesting to see what they choose. I mean, with Osiris, they've got to really think about what they're going to have as a front line to deal with Osiris and Kali, because someone's going to have to be there.
Oh my God, I forgot about Hunbots.
How could you forget?
How you don't remember either?
How could you forget? No, I did. I just wanted to see how intelligent you were.
Oh,
you know,
that's,
checking on your knowledge.
Of course,
your in-depth siege knowledge of these gods. You know?
Apparently, been weakened as Hunbot not only makes it through, but he makes it through down to the final pick of first rounds. That's insane.
Well, now we're going to see the counter bans. And I like the Hunbot's pick anyway. You got 3 picks and bans, but against a Kali and Osiris, who are both melee, as we keep saying, it's going to be important to make sure he can use those Fear No Evils to make sure the disengage from his team and the turnaround in these fights is available.
All right,
Bacchus
so
is going to be the ban from the game changers.
This is a good ban here. Bacchus, amazingly strong, great rotation ability. Belly flop, still one of the most harsh abilities in the game. That's going to be taken away, and given the fact that a Mighty Storm does need a final pick of likely magical, I think that was
I'd go
pretty good
Kumbhakana.
ban.
If I was Mighty Storm here, I'm going to give a shout out to my boy Kumbhakana. Put Kumbhakana with this team.
Oh, you mean get rid of him? Okay, Ra's going to be taken out here.
Mighty Storm need to pick Kumbhakana here.
I
for
disagree. I think the Sobek would be stronger. The damage is higher, and the healing reduction for Hercules would be stronger.
I bet we're both wrong, but anyway.
They don't ban out Nuwa, however.
She gets through.
And that means Pekis is going to get not only one of his best characters, but one of the game type's strongest and most disruptive gods. And that, of course, is the snake form Nuwa.
Definitely, she's got a lot of mobility on that. And if you look at the Game Changers team, they do have quite a lot of that on the table for them, and they're going to need that. Oh, or is it? They're hovering over Ares right now.
I don't know about that. Switches back, locks it in.
Okay, he was... These NA trolls, I've got to get used to them. The EU ones I know about. Like, I can pull the face of surprise because I know it's going to get locked in because it's EU. And NA just, like, switch it up constantly.
So, final option goes over to a Mighty Storm. T-Snipes has the pick of the litter. Now, one thing I do want to note here is that Son of the Law, I mean, he is Poseidon incarnate. He is to Poseidon as Pekis is to Nuwa. So this isn't, like, super crazy that they let it through. Oh, Ares.
The Ares pick is great. I like the Ares pick here.
They can force out the rewind. They can force out the boulder. Nuwa and Hunbat will have to use actives to be able to get out of no escape.
Exactly, and the cripple as well, take that into account, the shackles that he's going to have available to himself, stopping Humbats from getting out, also stops the charge from Hercules as well. So take that into consideration when they're looking for this team composition, because that no escape into a Kali and Osiris? What?
Yeah, I mean, the damage potential on either one of those gods, especially once we get into like the 7 to 8 minute mark, once the gold spooling has gotten that shins and the boots and maybe some beads online, it's going to be very scary. I also expect that we'll see Ares picking up the hand of the gods for a Mighty Storm. If the hand of the gods are picked up for TGC, I would likely see that on Hercules.
Yeah, I mean, on the team composition as well, if you look at that, you're going to see Osiris probably going to go for the chins as well as Kali, but he'll also... What you'll see with Osiris, he generally goes for the hide of the urchin as well, just to get himself some tanky stats and then continue to build the damage as well, so he can just stay and bang in the front line and just constantly be there trying to fight people constantly.
So we got a few minutes until we get into the game here, guys. Again, note, Son of the Law, huge Poseidon player, hundreds of games played. Same thing for Pekis. I mean, we see him constantly in ranked. He was at one point the highest ranked player in the world, playing almost only Nuwa on an account that we like to call Ray. Snoopy, again, not only an amazing player in pretty much every role, he was the sub for Denial, and he could sub in for any role at tournament level, and it'd be like if no one was missing. He is now not only one of the starters for the Game Changers, a top 4 North American team, but he is also the highest ranked Conquest solo queue player in the entire world.
This is how good this game is going to be, because when you look on paper, I really like Mighty Storm's team composition, but when you look at what they're against, DM, in the composition of the actual players from the Game Changers, it's kind of disgusting.
So, guys, we're going to cut to a quick break while we get everything set up for our round 2 of the day. Then remember, guys, this is the round of 32. A Mighty Storm is going to face off against the Game Changers. Oh, everybody, welcome back. We're going into round 2 for the day. Remember, this is the Siege 4v4 tournament where the Smite World Championships are on hold as Team Dignitas and Team Solo Mid are in China. Today, I'll be casting with one of my new favorite people, Hindu Man.
I'm your new favorite people now. Okay, I was going to say
one of them. Don't put yourself.
One of my new
top.
friends. I thought you were going to say I'm one of my new friends. I'm going to say I'm not your friend.
I don't know if I don't know if I'd go that far.
I'm just your online acquaintance.
Let's talk about the teams.
Let's do that.
A Mighty Storm's going to be on the left side of your spectator UI, bottom side of your minimap, and the blue team. This is going to be Son of the Law with his 7,000 game Poseidon. T-Snipe's going to be picking up Kali going into that balance blade into Chins. Mr. Mackey playing Osiris, rushing those boots. Stormproof finally on Ares.
And on the other side of the map, Game Changers, a well-known team. Peckies is going to be playing his well-known Noir. Snoopy, the first person to hit Masters, is going to be on that Hunbats. The Boosh is on Kronos. And Devios rounds us off with that baseball-skinned Hercules.
So Devios is actually one of the more notable Hercules players around the world. Very, very strong. Loves this god. And giving him, after these major buffs, on top of the fact that they're on a very small map, should play extremely fruitful. Going in, I think a Mighty Storm has a slightly stronger draft, but considering the strength of character to character, I mean, Game Changers are definitely not in any trouble.
Yeah, and at the start of this one, everybody's starting off a very similar way as well. Both starting at the red and speed, rotating to the blue straight after, and the wards are in position to stop the early invade. So nothing unusual.
Are Kali and Osiris laning together?
That's kind of crazy to do that. I mean,
why would they not? Why would they not go for the cripple in each lane? It looks like they've separated that, and they're going to be putting a lot of physical damage in one lane, which makes me nervous here because if Poseidon grabs Osiris, I mean, that's going to be a death.
I mean, one thing I like to do generally in games is always try and make buy your items based off the enemies that you're facing in lane.
Right.
However, in Siege, it's a bit of a difficult ask because if there's a quick rotation out, then you're going to stack armor and then have to deal with magic damage coming out. So maybe that's what, Mighty Storm are trying to force here, trying to make them buy armor to start off with.
Huge driving strike here. We're going to get a stun as well. Pecky's going to throw down the pillars of heaven. This could be a lot of trouble here. Major damage coming through as Mr. Mackey and T-Snipes are forced to run away.
Yeah, they have to back off from that one as well. It's not going well for them. Bit of a slow-mo kicking in for me randomly, so just bear with me as I deal with that one. Not sure what happened there, but everything's fine for the moment. 122 minutes in game. And the Mighty Storm got aggressed on there for the time being.
All right, so we're getting another push here. Hinduman, what do you think about these builds?
With the builds right now and as they stand, I like the rush from Son of the Law into the Shoes of the Magi on that side, because the Shoes of the Magi are going to obviously give him that magical penetration. He doesn't really need the cooldown reduction as much at the moment. It's going to allow him to wave clear a lot more effectively because of the damage he'll put out and cause a lot of issues. So, as we're on right now.
So, Hinduman, we're through, still no first blood yet. What do you think? Who do you think is going to find the first blood?
I think overall, if he's going to be on the left-hand side, it'll be for the Mighty Storm. On the right-hand side, though, I have a feeling Game Changers might do it.
All right, so we're a few seconds into this game. We're about 220. Strangely, no first blood. We've seen people get close here. Son of the Law is actually very low right now. And Snoopy does have his ultimate available to him. Blake jumps slow. He's going for it. Son of the Law's in trouble. This could be first blood.
Yeah, it really could be as the aggression comes out. There's the no escape coming out as well. Under the tower, he's going to pull Humbats in. Humbats going to take quite a bit of damage from that. But he's going to be able to get away from the Searing Flames.
The Aegis to block the second tower shot. That could have been death. It shut down so much damage, and Stormproof, probably sitting at about 15 health right there, is going to be forced away.
Yeah, he is going to be forced away for the time being, so that's going to cause... I'm having a few problems with my client right now, so just bear with me, DM. Carry on casting. You're the hero we need.
I'm really... You know me. I'm interested in Kali, and I'm always... I'm just super interested with Pecky's Nua. Both characters have the opportunity to kill each other pretty quickly, but of course T-Snipes does have that ultimate available. But now 0-1, it looks like Game Changers do have a pretty small lead as we're seeing rotations coming over. Not really sure what Osiris is looking for. He's going to be backing as Ares goes to fight two people over in the left lane with really no escape.
Ha ha ha, I like the pun you used there with the no escape.
It gets ruined when you talk about it.
I'm sorry, I like putting out puns. I like putting out puns, what can I say?
All right, so he's just trying to play some defense here. He actually bolsters defenses and runs forward, misses the shackles. No opportunity there to go in.
Now, for the time being, they're just going to stay where they are. I'm currently catching up with your DM at the moment, so just bear with me because I've had to relaunch my client.
So, Game Changers right now have just an overall lead. I mean, they have the gold, they have the experience, they have the map control with wards, and what I want to see here is just more aggression coming out from a Mighty Størm. They can't afford to let Kronos get online with the way that, you know, the early aggression from Snoopy has started. And I love the early rush into Jotun's Wrath. Now, remember, Hunbots has not only a jump, but he has a teleport as well. He doesn't need that movement speed once the ult goes off. This is a great use of his abilities.
Yeah, it is.
Trouble! Oh my god, the blow-up. Stormproof gets destroyed.
Yeah, sorry, I'm still having issues with my game, DM. You're going to have to bear with me. Obviously, the EU client doesn't like being on NA for some reason. Not exactly sure why it is.
Kali is just doing her best with Osiris here. They're trading the tower shots back and forth to try to burn this down, but double teleport in the... Oh, everything's gonna miss. That could have been an instantaneous kill, but they're being smart here. The siege minions in. They're trying to do some damage. DVO's activating, mitigate wounds. Might be some trouble. Lord of the Afterlife misses, but Mackie is going deep. I don't know what he's gonna be able to do. All right, so we're going to get some people going back here. It looks like almost all of the Mighty Størm is going back. I'm not really sure what they're going to be able to do. He actually blinks in, misses the shackles. Mitigate wounds going to give a small amount of health back as due up against the chase. The Pillars of Heaven are down. They're chasing inside. This is a game of like monkey in the middle. As Driving Strike misses, will he reinitiate? Looking for the shackles. No escape's not going to be able to go off. So that snake form damages two. Actually, he might get a double kill. Oh, the items are too strong. I can't believe those minions were able to pick that up. Incredible. So now they're pushing towards the Silver Fury here, this middle siege minion. They're trying to get something done. I don't know if they're going to have the opportunity here. Nice Kraken. We need to just... Oh, they actually do manage to get it. We do see the siege minion coming from the bottom side. Snoopy unable to get this. And now they're going to have the opportunity to push up. All right, so rotating over towards the left side. Oh, actually, we're going to switch over back towards the right. We're going to see both members of a Mighty Størm moving forward here with the Siege Minion. Not too much other pressure. Poseidon looks like he's backing in the jungle here after getting that blue buff. No, he's going to rotate in. That means they're going to go for the split push. Force people to defend both lanes. This is going to be the opportunity for this tower to go down. They need to get in there as fast as possible, but they really don't have the damage. Pillars of Heaven, Driving Strike. They're getting some damage here. Air is just trying to get away. The Shackles are doing a ton here. Three-man push. Lord of the Afterlife was big. They find Peckies. Could be more troubles. Kali is online. Blink in from Ares, looking for the opportunity, but Devios does manage to find the push. And then, of course, Snoopy able to get back. Boosh finding a kill over in the right lane onto Son of the Law as well, as Kali is forced back. And still, this tower has not been pushed down. I don't know if they're going to be able to get it. It's going to be close. Yes, the tower does down. Now, guys, we're going to take a quick pause while we get everything caught up on the production side. I just want to make sure you guys are waiting around. We're going to be back in just under 2 minutes to make sure everything is as perfect as possible, and we'll see you then. All right, guys, we are back. Sorry about the delay. Everything should be caught up. You'll note that it is currently 6-1 in favor of the Game Changers. Mighty Størm trying to put up a fight here, but they're having a lot of trouble. Only Son of the Law has found a kill so far, though everyone did manage to find an assist. It's still massively in favor of TCG.
It might be in favor of the Game Changers right now, but the only tower to go down is for Mighty Størm. Actually, they've actually taken that left tower. Meanwhile, everything else still stands. Only barely, though, on Mighty Størm's side. As the right-hand side, we can see a transition from Kali and Poseidon going to be laning together now. Meanwhile, Osiris is going to be dueling off against Hercules. That's going to be a battle of wills right there.
Oh, Driving Strike, as you're talking about the battle, rages forward, forcing Lord of the Afterlife down.
Oh, the rotation, though. Straight in, the blink into the no escape from Ares over the wall. He's looking for two. The beads are popped from one, but the aggression from Kali comes out.
Yeah, we got the rewind going. T-Snipe's not going to have the damage here. Boosh goes back to full health.
Yep, all the way back up to full health now. And the aggression coming out from the team once again. As they're under the tower, the aggression from the Fatal Evil comes out. There's the boulder.
Yeah, they're going to be able to push forward here. We're going to see the pillars that haven't come out as well. They're trying to find something. Son of the Law will trade 1 for 1 so far. As the tower goes down, TGC moves forward even harder, looking for an opportunity, but forcing T-Snipes out. Only Storeproof standing in the way. This could be a tier 2.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a tier 2. Oh, the knockback is going to be big, though, as we're going to see hi-rez drop.
Yeah, they're going to get this one. They were way too aggressive there. That's a 1,500 gold swing.
Yeah, and with that siege tower still standing, they're going to continue to try and push on this Phoenix, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, why? I mean, they could, but look at the rotation here. Smart play by Mackie. He's going to miss the shite. I don't know what he's going to be able to do here. Oh, he misses the 2 as well as T-Snipes gets picked off in the jungle by Devios. They have no pressure here. Poor Mackie just trying to run away, but there is nowhere to go.
No, nowhere to go from the whole team grouped up together there. There's the Dia side now. 9 minutes into this game, and the Phoenix is looking threatened as Poseidon's trying to defend.
Yeah, Son of the Law is taking a look at the damage coming out from Boosh. I mean, he took some himself, but Son of the Law has just gotten back. I mean, forcing him back again might be really devastating.
Yeah, it could be a real issue for him, so Boosh's going to have to recall for the time being. That Phoenix is low, though. Humbas is back in the game, and meanwhile in mid lane, Silver Fury is about to spawn.
That's right. You can see that thing is blinking, the ward skin of the lightning bolt on the ground, so they have the vision here. Snoopy's actually going for a steal here, could be in some trouble. Trident's going to be used. It looks like Son of the Law did manage to take that one away.
Yeah, just in time as well. Nice rotation from him to make sure he picks it up. Even though he had low health, it was a good decision for him to go in and make sure he didn't lose those extra tickets, which could have caused an issue for them going into the later stages, especially being down so many towers right now.
Strange rotation coming in. Stormproof gets the shackles off onto Snoopy, who just seems very undeterred. Forced out the beads there. It looks like he will force to escape as Osiris rotates in as well. Still mid lane available as Kali tries to find the Nuwa stuck in the fog.
Yeah, Nuwa definitely stuck in the fog for the time being. Kali's going to just push out the minion wave as she backs away. Pecky's being very wise on that decision there because Poseidon was rotating over.
Now, Snoopy going for topside red. I don't know where their ticket count is right now. We don't have the ability to see that, but you got to think it's going to be close considering we haven't seen a siege minion from them in a while. And they did some decent pushing, decent killing. You can see them up by 7 kills right now, on top of the fact that there has been major counter jungling going on. Now, yeah. Mackie just barely damaging, or rather dodging some major damage coming out from Hercules, will force himself back, but look at the pressure into the Silver Fury.
Yeah, look at the pressure coming out. Both teams trying to work around that Silver Fury area. So it's going to be started up here, by the looks of it, by Game Changers, but immediately reset.
Yeah, they need to rotate over and take care of the siege weapon. We do have a pretty big rotation, though. It looks like Osiris is a little bit late to the party.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be here a little bit later than he would like to be, but Humbas is hanging around that Silver Fury. He's going to start it in mid lane, DM.
I'm really just very confused why we didn't see a Mighty Storm move over and go for that engagement, given the fact that that siege minion had their back, but still they lose it, so now the ball is just completely back into the court of the Game Changers.
Yeah, Game Changers in a strong position right now, 10-3, naming of all the towers standing, just one drop, 4,400 gold, 7,500 experience advantage now for the Game Changers.
So, we're about 12 minutes in, right? And while they have the golden experience, I mean, I don't see them really utilizing it. They're not pushing for objectives. They're not using that Nuwa split push potential. They're just kind of playing the norm. And this is not really what I expected from the Game Changers, who are usually such an aggressive team. Yeah,
they usually are, but they're trying to turtle here for the most part. The longer this game goes on, though, the more dangerous Game Changers team becomes, DM.
Do you see this over in the left side, the split push from Snoopy? Nuwa is supposed to be the one split pushing now. Osiris has spotted this out. I want to see Snoopy go deep here. He needs to take this out as fast as possible.
I think he can get some good damage done to it as Osiris is still managing to get back. Now, right-hand side tower does drop, but how much damage has he done? Those minions have done good work to it. It's not going to drop, though, for the time being, DM. He's going to be able to try and take a jungle camp. Could be a fight here.
Yeah, Snoopy's getting chased out pretty hard. He's slowed. He doesn't have the 2 available for the second slow. Actually, dodging the second hit there could have been big. This is smart, but they're going to wind up in a bad spot in just a second.
Well, he did rotate over, but in the mid lane, we're going to see the Kraken coming out, trying to defend from the Silver Furies. The no escape gets popped as well. A lot of damage going off.
Oh my god, that title surge just found 2 huge kills. Boosh alone by himself finds a double stun. Stormproof finds the shackles, but misses the second one. Boosh should be able to escape here, and Stormproof is out of mana. I don't know what they're going to probably do here, but there are 2 siege minions they have to deal with. They need to back and get to that tier 2 to burn this. If they leave Boosh to his devices, even at that health, he can back up and teleport, maybe even fight.
Oh, definitely. I mean, 2 siege towers are going to be a big ask. I mean, 3 members of the Game Changers die, but for an extra siege tower, it's going to delay Mighty Storm from being able to do anything other than defend against these two right here. Respawns do hit about 40 seconds now once we get past that 13-minute mark, DM.
I don't like this.
So we're going to see.
I don't like this at all. Take up in the top. He cleared the blue camp before both of these go down, meaning he just lost 9 tickets. He didn't teleport in despite the fact that he had major pressure, but Pecky's goes in deep, misses the flame strike, but Pillars slows down Stormproof, and the huge body blocks coming out from Clay minions. Pecky's just throwing down the gauntlet.
Yeah, he really is going aggressive as much as possible, and now the whole team of Game Changers is grouped. They're going to look to siege this tower down.
I mean, they should. They have the siege weapon. Win them. That's going to be a 1,500 gold swing, and all 4 people are here ready to push, and there's only 2 lines of defense as Son of the Law is still inside the base.
Yep, still inside the base. Poseidon's still waiting to come out. He's buying items at the moment as this Phoenix is getting pressured.
Yeah, that was a really good push by them. Snoopy actually going pretty far here. Going to be crippled out, forced to beads. Very, very smart play coming out from Snoopy. That could have been death. Now you can see Mackie moving forward. Forces T-Snipes into the double stun. Driving strike beads going to be necessary, but lands inside of the shot from the Boosh. Kraken's going to go off. He's going to be able to pick him off as well with some shots from Poseidon, but still the damage has been done.
Damage has been done all the way through this now. Mighty Størm going to have to defend Osiris, rotating, looking for Humbats. He's surrounded by 3 though. There's Fear No Evil, which is going to cause the rest of the team not to be able to get involved as he's going to drop.
They're going to get the no escape off. Aegis on 1. They're going to stun 1 as well. Stormproof going to be taking way too much damage. Slow coming up from the somersault there. Damage coming through. Their Son of the Law actually does pick up Pecky's. Looking for Devios as well. The heal is big. Will it be enough as Driving Strike misses? He's not in a good spot here. Can he find a backup? No, he's going to go down.
Yeah, he's going to go down into the whirlpool. We're going to see Humbats back away for now. Respawns, we can see 45 seconds on Hercules, who just dropped there on Devios. Once again, you see Snoopy trying to take every advantage he can by counter-jungling and taking away these vital tickets, let alone the buff.
Yeah, Snoopy is pretty brave right now considering his mana, but he will be able to escape there, jumping over the wall. Kali will get her speed buff, which she desperately needs, especially at this stage in the game. But with that Phoenix down, there needs to just be more pressure. T-Snipes has got to get that ultimate off. He's got to get in as deep as possible and pick off those assassins. The issue here is that, you know, characters like Hunbots are very slippery, especially with Aegis. Characters like Kronos can rewind out of your combo damage. I mean, it's very, very strong.
And with the team Game Changers have here, DM, they could look to send either Nuwa into the lane that has the Phoenix, or send her into the other lane and keep pushing those fire minions into the base, while the rest of the team group on the other side of the map and try and force pressure there, so Nuwa gets left in a maximum 1v1 situation.
And I think that's what we're going to see here. We're seeing a grouping on the right side of the map from both Kronos and Hercules there, whereas Nuwa is pushing up the left side, might be met with some resistance as you see Osiris is moving forward, but I don't know if Osiris could really fight the Nuwa at this point. I mean, she has a pretty decent lead.
I mean, if they put Pecky's on the other side, then he's going to have the sort of the fire minions, which I think is a better idea to make sure that if he does get Osiris does come to fight, then he's going to have to deal with the fire minions too. But Pecky's going aggressive here.
Yeah, he's going to do some damage. Pillars of Heaven is down. Really not that much done. Snake form still not activated. There she goes. Double damage auto attacks, forcing out the Lord of the Afterlife. You got to think that's a win for Peck.
Yeah, it is. And look at the mid lane. Game Changers actually take out that Silver Fury. Thanks to that, the team were trying to rotate over to fight the Nuwa. Pecky's does a great job of forcing a fight to make sure his team can pick up a Silver Fury. And now there's a siege tower in both the left-hand lanes.
Yeah, they're going to have to group up. This is going to be a 4v4 engagement here. And with Pecky's having his ultimate up far sooner than Osiris will, I mean, Lord of the Afterlife has a much longer cooldown. This is going to be really, really hard for the guys in a Mighty Storm.
Look at right-hand side. Look at all those fire minions. The Titan's going to take damage the longer this takes. And Mighty Storm are backing off as well. They've lost the siege tower. They're going to continue this assault of Game Changers. And why not? Right-hand side, someone's going to go back and defend this.
Snoopy's actually going back to the base right now. He's going to teleport back in. The Titan's Bane has been finished for another 11% extra penetration as they move forward here. No escape, looking big. Pillars of Heaven looking big. T-Snipes taking a lot of damage. Finally gets the ult off, but I think the damage has been done.
Yeah, it is. Kali's actually in there as well, popping her ultimate, trying to stay alive. She's probably going to go down here as Humbats picks up the kill. Snoopy secures that one. Ares on the backside, being surrounded, going to drop down too. And now Osiris, last man standing. He's not anymore.
They don't even need this. Look at the Titan. The Phoenix minions, those burning fire minions, have already brought this Titan below half, and round 2 is going to go to the Game Changers.
Very, very quick game overall. It ended fast because Mighty Storm grouped left, ignored the fire minions to fight, chose not to fight, and nobody defended against the fire minions. And that's why, you know, Siege can be really quick and snowbally, because you've got to keep your eyes on both sides of the map at all times.
So they're going to move on, guys. That was a very, I think, very aggressive game. Once the Game Changers got their foot in the door, they're going to go on to fight Overcast. We see Vesta going up against Humdrum in the next round. Humdrum made up of a lot of old-style players like Takati and things like that. Fat Chunk Assemble, of course, move on. They'll be fighting against 5 Angry Men, which is going to be, I think, one of the hypest things we're going to see today.
Oh, yeah, I'm so glad. We are casting that, right? We have to cast that
I think so, yes.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
but 5 Angry Men, I think, are still currently playing. Now, 5 Angry Men...
You're being so BM towards Beep I'm a Blimp. Do you not have any faith in the Blimp?
Actually, you know, I was about to say, 5 Angry Men probably have, or even Beep I'm a Blimp, both have one of the hardest brackets of the day. The winner of that round 2 matchup of 2 very extraordinary teams goes on to fight Fat Chunks. Then they go into quarterfinals. Then they'll go into semis against Game Changers if they're able to get through, and Game Changers makes it through. And then, of course, after that point is still finals, where Cognitive is still available, Team Medi is still available, Critosaurus and Torch still on the market.
It's really interesting to see a lot of these these Conquest teams are actually just as good at the Siege as well. Just great players overall, it seems, DM, being able to rotate through different game modes and still perform at a really good level.
So, guys, we're going to cut to a quick break while we get everything set back up. We're going to ensure this is as smooth as possible. So make sure to stick around. The round of 16 is coming up next, and, I mean, it's going to be hype.
Oh, it's really going to be big.